The F430 has been with us for 20 years now. Welcome back. Today we are discussing what is the best entry-level Ferrari you could buy right now. This is a Ferrari F430, and if you're looking to spend, say, between $120,000 and $150,000 on your first Ferrari, this is the best choice. The 430, of course, came out after the Ferrari 360 and before the Ferrari 458. 2005, this is the first model year of the F430. I always loved the styling. When this car came out, I was 9 years old. I always really liked the headlights on these cars. Massive gaping intakes here on the side. Always loved those as well. Come around the back. I always love the back 3/4 angle on the F. See the glorious engine bay back here. And I must say, it does make phenomenal noise. So let's go ahead and go for a drive. Carlos here is an intern for us. He's here to help me out with some filming today. So he got tired of going to pick up paint and going to Walmart to pick up things. So he asked if he could join me in a car review. So I said, sure.
Thank you, Kat.
And then after this, back in your dungeon. We are starting off in sport mode, which is sort of your default setting. This was the first Ferrari to introduce the Manettino on the steering wheel, which allows you to change the drive modes. It has become standard in basically every single Ferrari since. So you can see everything's just fine and dandy in sport mode, but I want to go into race immediately. That will sharpen up the throttle response, the steering. Gear changes are a bit more aggressive.
Do it.
And the harder you are on the throttle, the quicker the gear changes become. Starting off, we have a glorious 4.3 liter.
What engine is it?
It's a 4.3 liter V8, naturally aspirated.
V8?
It is a V8, yes. Now this is a 6-speed single clutch F1 paddle shift transmission. They introduced this system in the Ferrari 355 and it was terrible. It was god awful. But each generation, of course, it does improve and gets much better to operate. And this was essentially the final car that had it. I mean, I guess 599. But this is much better to operate than the 355 and even the 360. Shifts in 150 milliseconds. 490.
What's the horsepower?
490 horsepower. You gotta let me finish. Your attention span is pretty 0 to 60 in 4 seconds flat. Plenty quick for the average person. Top speed is 190.
What's the top speed?
All right. You can excuse yourself.
You were serious?
Goodbye. I can't with the Gen Zers. Zero attention span. At least he doesn't have a broccoli cut and says that's tough every other sentence. A lot of people like to hate on the old F1 transmissions. I think they're a lot of fun. They're very mechanical feeling, like it still kind of feels like I'm grabbing a gear almost. Some of the dual clutches, while they are really quick, they're just a little bit too seamless and just too uneventful. If we're comparing it to like the 355 F1, yeah, this much better. This was essentially the last later version of the F1 transmission. It was updated, of course, in the Scuderia. Actually shifted like twice as quickly. This is still quick enough, I think, for most people. Oh, God. All right.
Dude, this thing is so tough.
Oh, no, dude.
Nice.
Welcome back, soldier.
It's hot as balls out here.
It is 98 degrees outside. The steering is phenomenal in this car. It's still a little bit old school feeling. The new Ferraris have become so darty, and I don't want to say twitchy, but they're just very quick steering. This was sort of the last of the old school feeling, kind of heavier weighted steering, and it's phenomenal. Throttle response is instant. Because it is an NA engine, it's totally predictable. Revs to 8,500 RPM. I mean, dude, those shifts are quick enough for me. I don't really see the issue. The prices on these cars over the years have stayed pretty consistent. They have actually gone up a little bit the past couple of years, but they're hovering around the $120,000 to $150,000 range. If you're out looking for your first Ferrari, really just first supercar in general, if you're not selling a course and you're not looking for a 570 or an Audi R8, I guess you could argue California T for a similar price, but a California T, while it is fantastic, it's not going to give you that proper iconic Ferrari mid-engine experience. It drives completely different than this, although much more modern, of course, dual clutch. This is still going to give you that classic Ferrari experience, but this compared to a 360, that car is a little bit, I think, too clunky and too old school to be enjoyed properly as a first Ferrari experience. I mean, it is a great car still, but I just think it's such a nice improvement over that car that it's worth the extra money, and it will bring you maximum enjoyment.
It looks a lot better too.
I do think it looks better as well. I think this is aged much better. But then you have the Ferrari 458, which is the next level up. That's an extra $50,000 over this. So this is a kind of perfect middle ground. 458 obviously is a better car, but you're paying a pretty good premium. But I think stock, it sounds better than like a stock 360.
This car is older than I am.
That's crazy. You were born in 06?
06, yeah.
This was the first year of the F430. This ran from 05 to 09. One thing I do notice about the F430 is that compared to the 360, it is noticeably more premium and almost plush feeling in here. All the materials, it just feels like a step up in terms of quality. That was 4,500 RPM. We were halfway there. And reliability wise, these cars are pretty straightforward. They became a lot more reliable than, of course, like the 355 and even the 360. This car has driven 27,000 miles. It's just very usable and enjoyable on the street. It's not going to be life in prison fast, but it is still quick enough for the average person. I mean, I'm still having a good time, right? I mean,
I'd rather have an i8.
Do you want to be thrown out again? At least you're not going to fall asleep in the car like somebody else. But even crazier, 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds. Visibility. Being a Ferrari, it's fantastic, but it really it does hug these corners so. I'm in love with this steering. There is an automatic mode here, but it's not really recommended. It's pretty terrible and wears out the clutch. Steel brakes, I didn't introduce ceramics until I want to say 2008 or 2009. Oh, just like that natural burble. Before having burbles was cool. Oh,
that was so good.
Some of my favorite door mirrors on any car. It kind of has a slight Pagani Zonda vibe to it with how sort of delicate the base is. In the view out, seeing that massive intake is so cool because even the 458 doesn't have any intakes like that.
It's my first time in a 430.
It is. His dad has a 296. Dad also used to have a Scuderia, which is my favorite car. This comes from the best era of supercars, the mid-2000s. Easily the best era. You wouldn't know. You know, everything from the Enzo, Carrera GT, Zonda, SLR McLaren, F430, Gallardo. They all had the perfect blend of speed, technology. They were still fast, but they were still usable at the same time. A 750S McLaren, I am so focused on just not dying the entire time. This, I'm not scared at all. Could it still slip up on me in And catastrophically, sure. And comparing this to the Gallardo, I mean, it is much better in the corners. Gallardo is a great car, but this just feels so much more nimble and delicate. It feels much lighter on its feet than the Lambo. However, if you want to find one of these cars with a manual, you're paying like $350,000. Manual Gallardo is like $120.
This sounds so good.
And yeah, like I said, this car has aged very well. This rear diffuser is one of the best looking diffusers on any car, even by today's standards. It makes the 360 look almost like it's bald.
I know you've probably heard this, but the 360 looks like a frog. The kinds that give you warts.
That's a good selling point for the 360. The 360 looks like a frog that gives you warts. I do think it's a pretty safe car if you wanted to buy something that you won't just lose your ass on. And I especially love the 430 coupes. Spiders are nice, but I just always love the coupes, and I feel like you never see them. We get a lot of Spiders in for sale, and we've only had maybe 4 or 5 coupes in the 4 years that I've been here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.